79 laps are in the record books of the 175 that comprise the final segment of this Riverhead 200. We are expecting a green flag momentarily. The lucky dog has been issued. The pace car, the Racing with Jesus pace car, is now taking the field around, and the front running positions have, well, they've shifted just a little bit. Georgie Brunhusel, the third, still holds on to the lead with Kevin Goodale in second spot. And the big question mark is, will Ronnie Silk be able to do the magic fandango on the inside and get up to the front? He's got his hands full, though, with Rowan Pennick. Pennick in the red car working the outside of Silk, and he takes over the position. Your leader is the 50, Kevin Goodale. George Brunhusel III has dropped back to second. Rowan Pennick has moved to third. Ron Silk is fourth. And Justin Bonsignor rounds out the top five. Starting to do a little single file racing. Bonsignor, though, holding tight on the outside as the 76 starts to challenge him. And, you know, that's been a tough road for Eric Beers, but he's made it work. He works the inside, and look who follows him.
And you're seeing this already with Pierce. You're seeing this with, there's the 36 car of Teddy Christopher. And what we're seeing, two wide racing. Bonsignor and Christopher get together coming off at turn 4.
Justin Bonsignor in the 51 gets sideways, and there was an open wheel racing malady.
Yeah.
You hook a wheel.
You hook a wheel. Once you hook a wheel with these cars, just you're on your own. And what happens to Teddy is he hooks the wheel. Car gets a little free underneath him, but you know, I think he's back under his power here, Jackie, so I think he'll be safe. But boy, he went from running in about 6th position now to the last car in the lead lap.
And they don't give gold medals in the Whelen Modified Tour of NASCAR for synchronized spinning.
And you know, Teddy, I'm sorry, but Jackie, here's Teddy. This is his style of driving. Be patient, be patient, be patient, and he gets stung here.
Now watch on the inside. Bonsignor is the one that actually started.
Gets loose. Bonsignor's the one that causes that wreck. Teddy's safe on the inside. Bonsignor gets a little loose, bumps into Teddy. Teddy's the one that ends up being spun out here.
And so many times people like to, you know, Teddy Christopher is kind of the bad boy of racing. Although he's been a 2-time most popular driver, there's a lot of boo birds. That was not Christopher's fault. Yeah. He was, dare I say, an innocent victim.
He was in that situation. But you know what? This is what fans, you have to appreciate. If you ever get the opportunity to come out here to Long Island, New York, Riverhead, Saturday night. That's what happens here weekly. It's just incredible.
So let's see. We've got spins. We've got changes in the lead. Let's get an update.
A lot of bumper loving.
And a lot of bumper loving. Let's get an update from pit road from Kelly Stavitz. Kelly.
Well, I can tell you guys that the 46 car and George Brunhusel III was none too pleased about that last restart. He felt like he got a raw deal, said the pace car pulled in front of him last minute and he had to back off the throttle. He's been pretty amped up on the radio with his father, his crew chief, his dad saying, hey, I know you're upset, I know you, just calm down, take your time, we'll get him back.
Yeah, his dad, a former NASCAR modified driver as well, who actually created a business that everybody in cup racing uses now. Everybody has a Brunhusel jacket. What does it weigh, about 12 ounces?
It doesn't weigh much, but Jackie was one of those guys. I'm sorry, Jack. Man, I am messing up tonight. I'm so excited. But Georgie was one of those guys, Jackie, that cut his teeth here on Riverhead and Islip, and you know, really honed it. But then decided to move south to make a living, and he makes the racing, Jack fans. And if you've ever saw Sprint Cup in the Whelen Modified Tour all over the country, you'll see the Brunhusel jack. This is the son of the guy that invented that jack.
And the son is going to have to get his composure. But here's my feeling, Jimmy. If the pace car's in the way, spin him out.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean,
use your friend.
He's mad, and he says the pace car. What the hey? I mean,
it's just a pace car.
He's vulnerable, and he's holding me up. Hey, you know, we're at Riverhead. We're in a quarter mile. You need to learn, pace car driver, pick the pace up.
Yeah, but if he doesn't, wouldn't you spin him out?
It wouldn't be the first time I had a pace car.
Amen. Enough said.
And it's racing with Jesus, so, you know, I think he'll forgive you for it.
You think? That's right. Let's reset the field for you, though. On this restart, Kevin Goodale is going to be the driver that will elect to take the inside or the outside. He is elected to take the inside, which moves Brunhusel III into the outside in the yellow car. Now you see the 4, Bobby Santos. He is going to be the recipient of the lucky dog. This is the technique that NASCAR uses so that they can move him around quickly. When the pace car light goes off, they will wave Bobby Santos of Franklin, Massachusetts, in the Garbarino number 4 around, and he'll take up his position with the lucky dog and remain on the lead lap.
Which I think is a good rule. You know, NASCAR come up with that this last few years, and in turn it allows the guys to get back into the race and become a factor. And this guy actually running for the championship, actually leading the points. So this could be a big break for him.
I talked to Bobby and asked him what he thought of the Riverhead Raceway.
First time here.
Yeah, and he said, I like it. He says, but what I've really been a little bit frustrated with is that you can't take big chunks. You got to take it little tiny bits at a time.
And that's a good point that he brings up, Jackie. And you know, the thing is, you're running around here in a little over 12 seconds a lap, about 12 seconds flat. You have to react to it very, very quickly. So you can't make up a half a second, but you can make up a half a tenth. And that's important.
Lucky Dog has been given the wave around. Now take a look in the 4th row. Look who's on the outside.
Oh my goodness.
Car number 3, Ryan Priest, Berlin, Connecticut. In a long time, Bowler family car. That number 3 is so well known in NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour history. The late Lenny Bowler with Freddie DeCero and Bugsy Stevens. And now the family continues the tradition with the 3.
And it's incredible. He is already up to 8th place finish, and he started in last.
And Priest has been using the outside. Now the key is he's right behind Bonsignor. You see the M3 on Bonsignor's rear decklet. Priest is going to have to use that chrome horn, your best friend, because now everything is going to be fought for hammer and tong, tooth and nail.
And what we're seeing, we're halfway through the race here, Jackie. What we're starting to see is these tires starting to get a lot of time on them, and they're starting to do this normal slipping. You're going to see guys that have saved their tires, like Bonsignor and Pierce, even though that he got spun out and went to the rear. Saving the tires is very important as he exits the corners.
Watch the 93 on the inside of George Brunhusel III. Rowan Pennick slipping and sliding, and it looks like, yes, the groove has moved up just a bit. And if you leave the door open like that for a kid like Ronnie Silk in the 6, he'll strike.
And he struck right there on Brumholzer, and in turn, what we're seeing now, Brumholzer is in a vulnerable position. On the outside, he did seem to like the inside all night long. And here's Pierce coming up, too. Oh, yes. Let me tell you something. Oh, Ron Silk said, you know what, I need a little more room here. Did you notice that one?
Excuse me, mind if I play through with a bulldozer?
I think that's what he did there. And now we're starting to see the track starting to really get some time on it. The tires get some time on it. And you're seeing more and more slippage than you've ever seen. And here, Kevin Goodale is starting to opening up a little bit of a lead, Jack.
But the leader at this point, the likelihood that it'll be the winner at the end in 175 laps in short track bull ring racing, don't bet on it.
Very highly unlikely. I'll tell you, what we see here, these guys are starting to stretch out. What will happen? Lap traffic again. And this is what I love about Riverhead. You're turning 12-second laps. You're going to start catching your friends mighty quickly.
And you get to use your friend, the big bumper.
It's one of the things that I think is pretty neat about the modifieds, and they haven't changed over the years. They have a lot of availability to lean and shove on your friends with the side rails, with the rear bumpers and things like that.
The old cliche, put a Nerf bar to him, was born and raised as Teddy Christopher starts to work over and tattoo Jamie Tomato. I like where Teddy Christopher was until that last caution. This is the battle right now for Christopher, trying to get back to the front. He was running pretty good, and then he dropped back to as deep as 17th in the field, and now he is being shown in that 17th spot. He's going to have to start to make some time if he wants to be a playoff in this one in the end.
He has lost a lap, Jackie, and this is really, time is starting to be an issue here. We're almost at 65 laps to go, and the thing is he's going to have that lucky dog, Jackie.
Well, and the key was he got spun when Bonsignor lost control of the car. No fault of him.
Top 5.
Running in the top 5. So Christopher's got to exhibit a little bit of patience, but has to feel the sense of urgency right now as well.
And the thing about Pierce was lucky. He did get spun out. He was running in third fence. He got spun out in the first 10 laps. So he had a lot more time to make up his lost track position versus what Teddy Christopher has.
So young Kevin Goodale is leading. Rowan Pennick is in second. Ron Silk is third. Justin Bonsignor is fourth. And Ryan Priest fills out the top 5.